Mark Cuban declines opportunity to be Kamala Harris's VP. Here's why. In a notable recent discussion on the Bulwark podcast, entrepreneur and television personality Mark Cuban opened up about being approached to potentially join former Vice President Kamala Harris as a running mate for the 2024 presidential race. Although Cuban has been a vocal supporter of Harris, he ultimately declined the offer. Tim Miller, the interviewer, initiated the conversation by referencing whispers he'd heard at MSNBC, suggesting Cuban had been considered for the vice presidential role. But there was talk backstage at MSNBC, Miller remarked. I wouldn't mention this unless it was solid. A reliable source said you were asked to submit your VP vetting papers and you declined, citing a long list as reasons. Is this true? Cuban validated these rumors, shedding light on his choice to stay out of the political race. Expanding on his decision, Cuban expressed, "The latter part of that rumor, my response, hinges on my suitability for a number 2 role. I'm not particularly skilled at it. The last thing we'd need is me disagreeing with Kamala the president on decisions. Plus, I'm not great with the typical campaigning, like handshakes and baby kissing." Ultimately, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz was chosen to campaign alongside Harris. It was speculated that other contenders might have included Arizona Senator Mark Kelly, Illinois Governor JD Pritzker, former North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper, or Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg. In the end, Donald Trump, who won the 2024 election, selected JD Vance as his vice president. This illustrates the dynamic and unpredictable nature of political campaigns. Thank you so much for listening. If you like the show, please rate it on your podcast app or wherever you're listening. It would help us get noticed. Share it out with your friends and have a phenomenal day.